Hello, everybody. My name is Will Story Rivera, and today I just want to talk to you about what it means to be a good leader within your organization. Even if it's within your own business and you're the business owner, I'm going to just talk about in general what it means to be a good leader. And if you're some of the hiring managers out there and you're, maybe a CEO of an organization, maybe you are just starting your company, I just want to give you some of my own personal experiences. And this is just literally my own opinion. Based on a lot of interviews I've been on and a lot of organizations, different organizations I've worked with. One of the things I noticed that when at the time of hire, teams and hiring managers do is they hire people based on their knowledge of the product, right? Whether it's people oriented or sales oriented, or you're actually manufacturing something. A lot of time businesses like to hire based on the person's knowledge with that actual product or being in service to the population that they're serving versus hiring based on their leadership skills. If you're coming into an organization and you're going to have 20 to 30 staff members below you and they're looking to you to run a team, most of the time those questions that are being asked have nothing to do with, do you know how to run a team? Can you motivate people? Do you know how to serve your staff and your employees well enough to get them to concentrate on the final goal, right? Do you take care of them enough so that you don't even have to worry about whether sales are being done, whether your clients are being taken care of, whether they really are aligning with the mission of the organization? Because if you're taking care of them, it's guaranteed they're taking care of everything else. And I think that's what it really means to be a real leader. And a lot of times you have to remember that leaders come into different departments, right? You may come into a certain organization and there are many siloed departments within there. And we hire based on that person having an expertise within that specific department versus having somebody really have an objective eye for the overall goal of the organization and not just their department. And what I mean is that if you have an individual who understands the link between each of the departments and the importance that one department can't do well if the other one's not, right? It does you no good if your department is the best in the organization, but every other department within that organization is failing. You all fail, right? It has to have a connection. So good leaders will see that connection and they will do everything possible to not only ensure that their department is successful, but also see to it that everybody else around them is as well and very well taken care of. And a lot of times that means making calculated and strategic moves so that the decisions that you make affect everybody's success as well, right? And not just your own personal goals. And you don't see that anymore. Many of the interview questions are, do you manage a budget? Or, are you experienced in this area? How much do you know? Are your sales, what's the P&L? And it's nothing about your character and building a team. Another thing organizations do a lot that fail is they hire just because someone's been there a long time, right? So expertise in an area doesn't necessarily make you a great leader. It doesn't make you fit to run a team. And when you pass an individual who may not see the bigger picture, they will take the position. And it's not with ill intentions, and it's not so that they can become bad leaders, but when you promote somebody who is excited about the personal gain of that promotion and doesn't stop and think about and say, you know what, I really have no experience running a team. I really don't know how to motivate people. I know my craft. I know how to sell. I may know how to manufacture, and I may know how to serve people. But that doesn't mean that I'm a great team leader. And if you can't be honest with yourself at the time, you're setting yourself up and that organization up to fail long term. So sometimes you have to put your personal gain aside, right? And do what's best for everybody. And even if that means taking a step down so that somebody else can take a step up that's going to do better than you could have ever. And you really don't know until you come to experience it, but these are just things to think about. So the next time you're hiring and the next time you're sitting in an interview and you're looking for people or looking for a candidate to run a team or run your business or, align with your mission, Remember that a great leader will always think of their team first, right? A great leader is going to see the overall picture versus just the just the skills. Skills can be taught, right? You can teach anybody how to manage a budget. You can teach anyone, you know, how to write a program. You can teach anybody computer skills. You can teach them. These are skills that are teachable, but there are some things that are innate within individuals. And there are leadership things, leadership skills and qualities that before you go hiring somebody, really ask yourself, are you going to take the time to teach them these skills so that they can run a team effectively, so that they can be honest enough to admit when they're wrong, and inspire others and connect the dots so that everybody's working together towards a common goal, right? So ask yourself about that kind of investment, because more often than not, we don't really take the time to train people to be great leaders. We train them skills so that the product can be greater, so that maybe your membership is larger, or maybe your manufacturing product, your sales are going to be the best this year than they ever were. But we don't really teach people how to grow other people. So that was my message for today. Just some food for thought about being a good leader. Take some time to really assess yourself about where you're at with your team. And if you're looking to grow within your team, start really looking into the qualities that it takes to be a better person for others, rather than learning more about an organization that you're in. I hope this helps, and I hope this inspired you, and namaste.